Ultimate MK Podquest.
Hey mortals, Neal here. Long time no upload on this YouTube channel. That's all changing right now because it's Christmas Eve, soon to be Christmas, and I have for you a special doubleheader of holiday goodness. See, a couple years ago, I think 2021, we recorded a special holiday episode that just never made it to the YouTube channel. It was titled Season's Beatings. And then this year, 2023, as our show is kind of winding down, I presented another holiday episode to Corey entitled MK Podquest and the Multiverse of Badness. So I've decided to combine those into one episode here for the YouTube audience, and also to make the promise here on the internet to whoever might still be following this YouTube channel that I will get all remaining episodes of MK Podquest uploaded to the YouTube channel so that we have a complete archive here. That is my New Year's resolution, but I'm going to get started on it now. So please enjoy this, I'll call it a From the Vault classic Season's Beatings episode and our new 2023 Christmas episode. And look forward to more uploads coming soon. And of course, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and thank you so much for listening to the show.
MK Podquest.
My clock is 19.9 seconds behind.
That's a lot. Mine is 1.7 seconds ahead.
You know what kind of clock isn't 19.9 seconds behind, Neal? The one available on the MK Podquest Redbubble store. Because that clock, every time is combat time.
Every time is combat time. Wow. I just want one person to buy the clock.
You did.
One person who's not me.
Or Paul, because I could easily see Paul doing it.
Paul told me the clock is a hard sell. I said, but how will you know when it's combat time?
And then, but here's the catch. Here's the problem.
What's that?
If people look at the picture of the clock, they know that every time is combat time.
Sure, that's true.
We're digging a hole.
Yeah, and then nobody will need the clock. Fuck, this plan is flawed. Buy it anyway. Corey.
Yes.
I think we should shift into holiday mode here because it is the holidays.
It's like an engine, like a
like a Santa's sleigh.
Santa's sleigh has a fucking V12.
Yeah, it does.
Do you know how many?
It's got a Hemi. He's got a Hemi in there.
Yeah. Santa Claus drives a Hellcat.
Let's just shift into holiday mode. It is the holidays, mortals. Just imagine
you're really selling this, Neal. You're really selling the holiday spirit.
Sitting down next to a nice warm fire, listening to a story, because that's what I've got for you today.
A fire that got started with rain and lightning.
This is my gift to you, Corey, for the holiday season. You know, the new year's going to bring a lot of things with it. New things, but also old things, because in the new year, we will be revisiting Mortal Kombat Conquest. And I was thinking about how sad it is that Mortal Kombat Conquest, it kind of got a spooky episode, right? It got that one where Jesse from Baywatch and Kali have that underground fight tournament that turns people into zombies for Quan Chi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like a spooky Halloween episode. There was like a dark carnival and stuff. Didn't get any kind of a holiday special, a winter holiday special, right? No Christmas episode, no Hanukkah special, nothing like that. So I decided to write one.
Oh?
And I'm going to read you the story of a Mortal Kombat Conquest holiday episode.
This is self-made.
This is self-made by me. I hope it's good. Good chance I'm just going to end up feeling embarrassed, but fuck it.
I mean, you made that entire Taven episode.
Sure, I did. and I'm back on my bullshit again. Do you want to know what the title is?
I thought it was going to be a Mortal Kombat Conquest holiday experience, but yes, if that's not it.
No. The title is Season's Beatings.
Yeah, I bet it is.
All right, hold on. I gotta reposition here so I can read better.
Hold on, I gotta rewrite this. I gotta rewrite this title quick.
Nope, we're sticking with season's beatings. All right. So this story takes place roughly between episodes 19 and 20. That's a ballpark. I don't remember every little bit of continuity lore, so there might be some anachronistic things here, but we're gonna say between 19 and 20. We open on the exterior of Quan Chi's fortress. The rotting skeleton that was tied up outside is still there, but it's wrapped in Christmas lights because, fuck it, Quan Chi has electricity.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, fuck it, Quan Chi enjoys the holiday season, which is almost more surprising than him having electricity.
Inside the fortress, Quan Chi is standing over his cauldron, crushing leaves and berries and dropping them in. Yes, my most dastardly creation is almost complete. With this, we will be unstoppable.
He's inventing fruitcake.
Mika walks in with a tray full of grapes to hand feed to Quan Chi. As she approaches, a vine emerges from the cauldron and spreads throughout the room. This is your big plan? Mika asks. You're gonna unleash this vine onto Earthrealm to give everybody a rash? Quan Chi groans. You brainless zombie slave idiot. This isn't just some poison ivy. It's my greatest creation.
Fuck you.
I call it...
Just so everybody's on the same page, that's in reference specifically to poison ivy.
I call it Kisseltoe. And once we combine this with Kriya's hives, her warriors will be born stronger, hotter, more scantily clad, and able to bewitch any person with just a smooch. Yes, soon Earthrealm and Kung Lao will face a new seduction.
Fuck you! I fucking hate you! I'm just waiting for the fourth wall break at this point.
Now we cut to the intro.
In each of us, there burns the soul of a podcaster. In every generation, a few are chosen to prove it. During a pandemic, in the time of darkness and fury, that fate befell two strangers brought together by the internet. An iPod Classic user, Corey, and a guy with two Zooms, Neal, who have to defend our realm from the forces of boredom by watching and discussing every episode of the short-lived television series Mortal Kombat Conquest on a show called
MK Podquest.
Fuck you.
It's Zhuzhen Marketplace B-roll time, except festive. Right? The market is decorated with ribbons and like bells and shit, I don't really know. Wild Fishnets lady is there, but her fishnets are red this time. And the shirtless dudes being led on leashes all have reindeer horns.
I can't believe how horny this is.
Also, one of the monks is just dressed like Santa Claus.
We're like 3 minutes in.
He's just dressed like Santa Claus.
And it's so horny.
We go to the trading post where Taja is decorating a shrub. Like a hedge, like a shrub.
I've heard of those. I've never seen one before.
Not a tree, but like a big bushy plant. And she's hanging like ornaments and baubles on it as Zero and Kung Lao return from their bros night out.
Yeah, I bet.
Let me see. Can I do a Daniel Bernhardt voice?
Oh no.
Well, what do we have here? Is that a Zhugenmis shrub? Zero asks.
Fuck you. Did you just say Zhugenmis?
Yeah.
God fucking damn it. Please continue.
Yup, says Taja. I thought the trading post could use a little festive decoration. I always wanted a Zhugenmis shrub growing up. But as you know...
This is so close to Crimbus, dude. The Crimbus bush.
But as you know, I've never had a home. Not until now. Taja takes the bracelet that Tomas gave her out of her pocket and places it on the shrub like a crown. Recognizing the object, Zero and Kung Lao quickly retreat to their rooms to grab something to add to the shrub. Zero returns with the belt from Kasar's scorpion ninja costume and wraps it around the bush like a garland.
Oh no. Sorry, I'm speculating what I think might happen.
Kung Lao returns with all 7 outfits Jen wore in the first 2 episodes of Conquest.
Even the one she died in?
All of them. Which he layers to make a skirt for the base of the shrub, although it still doesn't completely conceal the base. We've all lost loved ones this past season. It's good to remember them on this. Zhu Miss Eve, Kung Lao says.
Shut up.
As the combat crew... God damn it. Yeah.
Is it formally called that?
Yeah, because this is the day before Zhu Miss Eve.
Zhu Miss Eve?
I'm a little loose with the timeline in all honesty, but so is the show. So I don't really know how many days pass. I just know that this ends on Zhu Miss. As the combat crew stand and look at the shrub, Raiden pops in suddenly in classic Raiden fashion. Getting holly and jolly in here, are we? He booms. His voice causing several ornaments to fall off the tree and break. Hey, you have to pay for those, Taja exclaims. Put them on my tab, Raiden quips. Sorry to rain on the holiday festivities, but we've got trouble. It seems Quan Chi is working with Kriya. They've done something to the nests. If we don't stop them, then there won't be any more holiday cheer. Kung Lao frowns. We've already lost so much. We can't lose Zhu Miss too.
That's the sequel to Zhu Miss.
I'll make the bombs, Zero says. I'll help, Taja says. I'll be sad about Jen while you do that, Kung Lao says. I'll go get drunk at Applebee's, Raiden says. Now we cut to the forest ruins. Shang Tsung is sitting in a cave. He's sad. We see flashbacks of Zhu Miss' past, where he spent it with Omijus and Master Cho. Then suddenly, Omijus walks into the cave.
Huh.
I got your letter, Shang, she says. I didn't think you'd come, he responds.
You can't do this! The fucking voices. Shit should be fun.
Well, I hate you, but still, nobody should be alone for Zhu Miss. She shivers. It's getting cold. Do you think you can start a fire? Shang starts a fire with his fireball move. They sit by the fire in silence for about 30 seconds, just happy for the moment to have someone to share Zhu Miss with. Wow, the cave got warm quickly. Good thing I dressed in layers, Omijus says, as she removes her net, revealing a second net underneath. Oh, by the way, Shang, I should mention that I didn't come here alone. I still don't trust you. The air turns cold. The fire begins to die. Sub-Zero enters the cave. Shang stands, ready for a fight. Omijus shivers because it got cold and puts her second net back on. You brought the Lin Kuei? Shang exclaims. I am not Lin Kuei, sorcerer. I am on my own. Omijus and I have found common ground in the fact that she is cursed to live forever, and I am basically a frozen human chicken nugget. This cold will preserve me and keep me alive for far longer than a mortal should be. Long enough to make it to the Mortal Kombat tournament in 1995, at least. Oh, cool. I'll see you there, Shang replies.
Shut up.
Suddenly, an explosion is heard outside. The three rush out of the cave to see a plume of smoke off in the distance. Elsewhere in the forest, the combat crew are chucking bombs into a Kriya hive, except it's bigger and has red berries growing on it. Also, it's not exploding. It's not working, Taja exclaims as Kung Lao and Zero fight reptile dudes. Just throw them all in, Zero and Kung Lao both yell in unison as they both do different but equally sweet spin kicks. Ugh, man, Taja says as she lights a bomb, drops it in the bag with the other ones and hurls the whole satchel into the hive. The explosion is mighty, knocking everyone to their feet. Fire pours out of the opening of the hive, engulfing the reptile man guards. The hive is engulfed in smoke. But suddenly, through the smoke, a legion of Korean warriors pour out. And by legion, I mean like 5 or 6. As they charge after our heroes, one last figure emerges. Vorpax.
Let's go!
The crew is surrounded. Take them inside, Vorpax exclaims. The warriors use their spears and swords to herd the combat crew inside the nest. We need your help, Vorpax says. Our help? Why would we help you? We've already lost so much, Kung Lao replies.
This year.
Just listen, Kung Lao. You might have noticed something is different about this nest. Quan Chi forged an alliance with Kriya. He formulated some sort of vine to help strengthen the integrity of the hives and create more potent warriors.
Well, you're actually kind of doing a good job with the Vorpax voice like that. The delivery's pretty good.
But he did something else too. These warriors, the ones who have been born so far, are just super horny for him. They aren't loyal to Kriya, they're loyal to Quan Chi. That's what you get for allying yourself with a monster like Quan Chi, Taja says. Don't be a fool, Taja, Vorpax replies. These warriors are unstoppable. If they die, Quan Chi can just use his necromancy to bring them back. And I don't know if your dumb human brains are smart enough to even notice this, but look around. There's active portals leading to all the realms inside this hive. That's why it's here. Earthrealm is the crossroad of all the realms. As these warriors hatch, they can just go through any door they want. If we don't destroy this hive, Earthrealm, Outworld, Zetera, all of the realms will be under Quan Chi's perverse control in a matter of days. And we don't know how to stop it. Suddenly, Shang Tsung, Omegis, and Sub-Zero appear. As they enter, the walls begin to move. Fully grown Korean warriors emerge, ready for battle. A fight breaks out. Everybody fights everybody. Vorpax and her loyal warriors battle Shang Tsung and the new Quan Chi tainted Koreans. Sub-Zero freezes lots of people. Omegis does that clothing transformation into her battle attire and starts punching people, but she's still cold, so she puts a net on over it. Kung Lao and Shang Tsung can't fight because it will violate the rules of Mortal Kombat, so at one point they have to team up to take on some Koreans, and it's pretty cool. Taja and Vorpax pull sweet tag team moves and kick a whole lot of ass, and Corey cheers.
Woo! Let's go!
Zero and Omegis give each other fuck me eyes because, let's face it, we all want to see that.
See it?
See Zero and Taja. Or Zero. Oh, yeah.
Wow. The Freudian slip, huh?
We all want to see Zero and Omegis get busy.
Like doing their taxes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Suddenly, with a crack of thunder, Raiden appears. Decking the halls, are we?
Fuck
he exclaims.
If they actually said that in the actual show, I would say the same fucking thing. God damn it.
As he unleashes a powerful burst of electricity, paralyzing all of the new twisted up Koreans who fall to the ground. Raiden, I thought you couldn't interfere in Earthrealm affairs, Kung Lao says.
Kung Lao has not figured this shit out yet, huh?
Oh, but I can, if someone breaks a rule. By combining the hives with Netherrealm magic, this is technically a Netherrealm invasion, which breaks all kinds of rules, I think. Besides, it's Zhugenmis.
Eve? Or just Eve?
I think we're probably at late Zhugenmis Eve at this point.
Okay.
So, how do we destroy this hive, Thunder God?
So...
Oh, I'm not really sure, Shang, but I think it might have something to do with that. Raiden points to a giant clump of vines with giant gross pulsing red berries dangling from the ceiling. Maybe we can freeze it, Sub-Zero suggests.
Fucking nerd.
Well, that's a start. But honestly, I think we need something a little more personal.
Lightning.
See, this vine, this Kisseltoe,
I
is powered by horniness.
Fuck, I fucking knew it. I knew it was coming. God damn it. Fuck.
So, naturally, it's got a lot of fuel here in Earthrealm. But it's based on Quan Chi's idea of horniness, which includes an unhealthy amount of hatred and disgust. No, see, to destroy this thing, we have to overload it. So what you're saying is, starts Kung Lao. That's right, Chosen One. You're gonna have to smooch your mortal enemy under the Kisseltoe. Forget it, Shang exclaims. I'll never kiss him.
Such a weird... I did not think this is what the bit was gonna be. I kept waiting for the Kisseltoe payoff, and I can't believe this is what it is.
Hey, your choice, sorcerer. But what do you think will happen when all of these Koreans, powered by Kriya and Vorpax and Quan Chi's desire to see you dead, wake up? Do you think you have a chance? Fine, let's just get this over with. Good, then it's settled. Raiden gestures to Sub-Zero. You there, Igloo. You're with me.
Wait, they're all kissing?
When this thing gets good and swollen, freeze it. Then I'll shatter it with my lightning. Jen, I'm sorry. Kung Lao whispers.
I'm sorry. Fuck me,
Kung Lao,
man.
Kung Lao whispers. As he and Shang Tsung take position directly under the dangling
Take
vine
position.
uvula. Now, Shang, no soul sucking, Raiden warns with a wagging finger. As Kung Lao and Shang Tsung's lips touch, the viney ball starts to swell and pulse. Sub-Zero charges up his ice spirit bomb and unleashes it onto the vine, putting everything he has into it. The entire interior of the hive freezes. Raiden extends his arms and calls lightning upon it. The frozen heart of the vine explodes, raining glittering snow down upon everyone. Suddenly, everyone is horny for kissing. Zero and Omija's kiss. Taja and Sub-Zero kiss.
I can't believe you're
A
paying
half-dead-
off this bit that we fucking joke. I can't believe you're doing it.
A half-dead reptile man who crawled into the hive kisses one of the warriors. Vorpax and Taja kiss. Raiden and Vorpax kiss, etc. The hive continues to explode, sending magical
Why is
horny
Vorpax on that
snow-
list twice?
Everyone's going to be on it multiple times, don't worry.
Fuck, dude.
The hive continues to explode, sending magical horny snow through the portals across Zhuzhen. We cut to Zatera, where the Council of Reptiles all start smooching as the snow falls. We go to Outworld, where Silk Manning and Reiko kiss. In the Netherrealm, Cian... In the Netherrealm, Cian, Sora, Mika, and Quan Chi all do a four-way kiss. Back in Earthrealm, the snow falls on the marketplace. Everybody is kissing. Everyone is standing in the forest now with the hive destroyed. Everyone takes turns kissing until all possible kiss combinations have been done. Then everyone just parts ways. The next morning, we see a montage of Zhugenmas.
The next morning, we see a montage. It's such a good sentence for a story to have.
Fuck you.
No, I'm,
was like
I'm being serious. I think that's funny.
It's like 4 a.m, all right?
I think it's funny. I'm not being a dick.
In the Netherrealm, Cian, Sora, and Mika gift Quan Chi with a magical snake spear that he can also wear as a belt and also has smaller snakes inside of
He
it.
does not deserve that gift.
He gifts them with sex.
Gross. I don't love that. That's
In Outworld, Reiko gives Shao Kahn a coffee mug that says, "I'd rather be conquering Earthrealm." Omijis and Shang Tsung exchange gifts. He got her a new net, and she got him a sweet long leather trench coat. It's canon now.
there's a new Matrix movie coming, and he's really excited.
The combat crew exchanged gifts. Kung Lao got Zero a new knife, and he got Taja a new set of Zhugenmas ornaments crafted by the monks. She intends to sell those in the trading post because the holiday is over now. Zero got Taja a new bola ball. Taja and Zero both got Kung Lao new beige pants, as in they each got him. He has 2 new pairs now, and he's fucking thrilled about it.
Finally, I can stop wearing these terrible, terrible pants.
And Taja gives Zero a new sleeveless shirt to replace the one he lost a long time ago to Noob Saibot, and because she loves to see those pythons.
I mean, we all do.
The montage plays out over a voiceover from Raiden that is completely stolen from the movie Love Actually. Whenever I get gloomy about the state of the universe, I think about the entry gate in Zhuzhen.
They talk about Zhu in Love Actually?
Yeah, general opinion starting to make out that the world we live in is full of hatred and greed, but I don't see that. It seems to me that love is everywhere. Often it's not particularly dignified or newsworthy, but it's always there. Monks and sorcerers, thieves and bodyguards, Koreans and Zaterans, ice ninjas, zombie slaves, despots. If you look for it, I've got a sneaky feeling you'll find that love actually is all around.
Do they actually say Love Actually in the movie Love Actually?
They do in the beginning.
Oh my
That's an
god.
opening
I
monologue.
can't believe that.
The end.
Wow. What an achievement. You gonna put that on Audible? I think it would do
Actually-
fucking numbers.
You can listen to our podcast on Audible, so sure, why not?
That's great.
What do you think? I think I got a new holiday classic on my hands.
Yeah, I think all it's missing is music from the Charlie Brown Christmas special people, Vince Guaraldi trio. Yeah, them.
Okay.
I think they should do music.
I'm gonna largely score it with what I assume is royalty-free Nutcracker music. So,
You're gonna score it.
oh yeah, dude, you're gonna have to listen back to this when I finish it.
Yeah, no, that's fun.
Well, Corey, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you as well, Neal.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year to everyone listening.
Happy Zhujianmas.
Happy Zhujianmas all. Should we just call it Zhujianmas from now on?
Yeah, I think Jesus would be okay with that.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Jesus if you slur it when you say it. Zhujianmas.
It doesn't, but you know what? We'll figure it out. We'll get there because it's not called Jesus Miss in real life.
Come on, everyone. Let's put the Christ back in Christmas, okay?
The war on Christmas is over and Zhushin won.
The war on Christmas was fought by Kriya and her army.
We will fight them on the beaches. we will fight them in the marketplace. We will fight them in the weird forest.
We will fight them on that one bridge.
Oh boy.
All right. I think it's time for us to kick our jets and jam. What do you think?
I love it.
You want to drop some plugs?
Christmas plugs. I will keep them quick. You know what it is. They Made Another One is a different podcast that I do. It's at They Made Another on Twitter, and They Made Another One, all one word, all that kind of stuff. You know where it is. You can find it at Mr. Corey Price on Twitter. You don't need to hear plugs on Christmas.
Listen to it on Good Pods, and also listen to our show on Good Pods.
Give us a rate.
Give us some ratings. You can find me on, I'll just do the Instagram thing, at Final Neal Retro. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at MK Podquest. Check out our website, mkpodquest.com. Lots of cool stuff there. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Rate us and review us 5 stars wherever you can. And happy holidays and happy new year, everybody.
Finish him.
As always.
MK Podcast.
It's gonna be fine. It's all fine. I got tips and tricks.
Me when I lie.
I'm fucking Game Pro over here. Or who did that? That was just a whole different magazine, right? Tips and tricks.
I don't know.
So yeah, that's right. You grew up after
Neal, I'm 14.
print media. Forgot.
No, I would get PlayStation official magazine.
You're like, it's all GameFAQs.com
No, I would get the console wars propaganda.
from the PlayStation magazine. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were you getting it early enough when like Adam Warren was just like drawing a bunch of like babes in it?
I don't recall Babes.
Okay, because they would hire Adam Warren, really great illustrator, comic creator, to draw like the babes from Jet Moto, right, in the magazine. And
I recognized this art style. I was well after this.
okay.
Like way after.
I'm a big fan of Adam Warren. He does a really great series called Empowered.
I will say there's a Wipeout 3 / Gran Turismo 2 cover here that goes absolutely fucking bananas.
Hell yeah. Is that an Adam
Like-
Warren cover?
I think so, because I just typed in Adam Warren PlayStation Magazine, so I have to assume.
I gotta see this.
I mean, I can just... Do you want me to screen share again?
Adam Warren? No.
Also, it says tell me safe search blurring is on.
Is this the one? Oh, this is the one with the the Wipeout babe blowing bubble gum. Yeah, this is exactly what I was describing, what I was picturing.
Yeah,
in my head.
exceptional stuff. I like
Yeah.
it a lot. It's cool.
Yeah. He's good at drawing stuff.
But yeah, like it also says PlayStation 2 first game revealed, so it's a little early for me.
Probably that fireworks game, right? Fantavision or whatever it was called.
Probably. Yeah.
Remember when that was like the game?
Rumble Racing.
Was Rumble Racing a launch title?
It was 2001.
Yeah, I guess that's.
It was
close.
it was
That's pretty
early,
damn
if not a
close.
launch title.
Sure. Yeah.
This SSX tricky one is also just fucking awesome.
This is Adam Warren.
It's definitely also Adam Warren because it looks just like the other one.
Yeah, I'm seeing. So it looks like he's in a lot of SSX art that was not necessarily for the magazine.
Yeah. Also, is he like? It's incredible to me that a guy drawing art like this did make a living drawing art that you could show at your job. You know what I mean? I feel like if he was getting big now, this would all be naked.
He's done plenty of that.
He's getting into some stuff.
He's not getting into it. So this
He's
isn't
been into some stuff.
So you just go with me on this ride here. He's done this series of graphic novels, They are released as graphic novels. There's some one-shots, too. The series is called Empowered. And
I'm now looking at a pinned tweet from 2016 that does describe it as a sexy superhero comedy, except when it isn't.
Yes. So
this guy knows what he's doing. It's fine.
So the way that series, if I'm remembering correctly, I am like 2 or 3 volumes behind at this point, I think. He might have even finished the series. But I read up to like volume 7 or 8. And the way that it started was he was just doing these like superheroine in peril pinup commission drawings for people, right?
Sure.
Because somebody was just like,
it's a living.
And that's a fetish, right? There was, this was all over Tumblr for a while, right?
This is Tumblr core big time.
The heroine in peril genre of internet content. Anyway, and to keep himself entertained while doing this, he started turning them into like short vignettes, like 1 or 2 page comics. So like if you read the first volume of Empowered, like the first half of it are just these like 1 or 2 page like comics about this heroine named Empowered who has a super suit that gives her like crazy strength, but the suit, as soon as it gets torn, she loses all of her powers and gets tied up and whatever else, right?
It jumps to the fetish part.
Yeah, and the suit is like like thin as like,
it's like Bayonetta,
like very easily torn is the whole point. But like as he's writing these things, he starts developing it into like this like real characters and doing like real world building and just builds like this huge mythology out of all of this, and actually tells some like extremely heartfelt stories about this woman and her boyfriend who was a henchman for hire. Like it becomes a truly great like emotional series, and the sex stuff like falls off pretty quickly, honestly, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the books that I recommend. I'm like, look, this is a little...
Not now, perverts. I'm about to make a literature.
It's a little racy at the beginning, and that does carry through, right? Like, there's an element of that present throughout the series, but like...
Also, it does appear that he's on volume 11.
Okay. I looked over at my shelf. I have up to volume 8, so I am a few behind. And I think that like either volume 9 or 10 is going for like $150 for some reason.
Seems like a lot.
I don't know what that's about. There must be some hardcore pornography in that one.
That's the horny one. He was like, my prestige is volume 8.
Anyway, I think he also...
This is going to be fucking crazy.
I think he releases it all online for free now as like a webcomic as well, because he's so far into the published books, right? That he's releasing chapters online like as a webcomic for free. So people should check it out. It's a good story again, and none of the sex is like super graphic. There's no like outright nudity. It's it's more than Conquest, less than Poison Ivy New Seduction.
So I had a really funny thing happen related to that the other day. Or rather, I saw a funny thing happen. I didn't do it. I was watching a video.
Yeah, that
was a VOD of a stream that somebody did, playing a game called Cine 2 Nerdle Battle. And all you need to know about what that is it gives you a movie, right?
Okay.
And then you have to name like the director, the writer, the cinematographer, or an actor in that movie.
Okay.
Or name a movie that connects the two, I should say. So like if it was Get Out and you said Nope, it would give a bunch of connections, right?
Okay.
And then the next person has to give an answer that connects something to Nope, etc. And there's a finite number of least you can use whatever. In any case, so I'm watching this video, and when your opponent tries to use a movie that doesn't have any connections, so it doesn't work, it pops up what the title of that movie is. And the connection point was Jamie Presley, and the guy wrote Poison Ivy. And then he wrote Poison Ivy 2, and then he quit. And he was like, you were one away. Like,
almost, man.
Just keep trying the Poison Ivy movies.
Oh, you almost had it, buddy.
It was so funny. And I'm like, that's only funny to me. Like, having all of the required knowledge of, I'm watching this video at this time, and I saw this bit happen related to this person.
I bet they were a listener. All right. Okay. We're having fun with the Discord soundboard. Okay. All right, man. Corey, we should get down to business, right?
It doesn't feel festive, so we're going to try to make it festive.
We find ourselves once again at the holidays, right?
Yeah, I guess I did jump the gun in saying that, but that's how I personally feel.
You're not feeling too festive this year?
Well, if I look out my window, it's basically entirely grass, and it was like 8 degrees yesterday, and I live in Canada.
It's supposed to be colder. It's supposed to be snowing, right?
Yeah, and it's sort of none of that, and that's a big. I'm not even a particularly like Christmas-oriented holiday season kind of guy.
Sure.
But boy, does that go a long way into making you feel something other than passive existential dread.
Right. Yeah. You're not feeling that magic of the holiday spirit of the holiday
Especially not
season.
with the Christmas movies I've watched so
Yeah.
far, like Silent Night 2012 and Jingle All the Way 2.
Jesus, what are you doing, man?
A podcast.
We should watch Sonic Christmas Blast, right?
Oh, we should watch fucking Mortal Kombat Conquest.
We should watch Mortal Kombat Conquest. Speaking of, listeners may remember, I think it was like 2 years ago, I subjected you all to, let's just call it, Christmas-themed Mortal Kombat Conquest fan fiction that I wrote in a very special episode of MK Podquest called Season's Beatings. Well, guess what? I'm back with more bullshit.
Oh, you thought we were done? With bullshit? You thought we were rebranding away from bullshit?
Never. First, I just want to say, like, let's acknowledge the Christmas miracle of us releasing 2 episodes in 1 month, as opposed to the basically 1 episode a month we've been doing for half the year. And let's all gather around that fire, right? Get cozy and listen to a nice holiday-themed Mortal Kombat Conquest fan fiction that I stayed up until 11:30 writing.
Happy Jeff Roseman stocking.
And Corey, you don't know anything about this. We were planning on doing something else, and I was like, no, I have an idea for a thing, and I'm gonna...
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I actually only just remembered a second ago that the initial Season's Beatings was essentially fan fiction. I'd kind of forgotten what exactly it was. So
Yeah, well, it's been a couple of years. And then last year we did Sonic Christmas Blast. We weren't about to do that again this year.
That would be a really weird decision. Just be like, every Christmas we watch Sonic Christmas Blast.
Well, I think we talked about this on that episode. Every year I do watch Sonic Christmas Blast.
Right, but it'd be weird to do that and then podcast about it again.
Well, maybe next year on our new show. Anyway, Corey, I'm not going to give away the title of this one because it gets dropped in the midst of the story, right?
Isn't it Season's Beatings 2?
This is not Season's Beatings 2. I did not go Jingle All the Way 2 with my naming conventions. Also, this is going to be tough because I don't know if people can hear.
This one's called the New Testament.
My voice is kind of fucked, and I've got like 9 pages of shit to read. So, well, 8.5.
You didn't have to write that much, but you went off.
I had to wrap the story up. I have no idea how long this is going to take to read. It might take 10 minutes. It might take half an hour.
40. Yeah,
we'll see. But I think, again, everyone, gather around the fire.
I think what it hinges on is how much am I going to interrupt you?
Gather your loved ones around the Alexa. Alexa, play MK Podquest.
Does that work?
I don't know. Hold on. Alexa, play the podcast MK Podquest.
I'm praying.
Nope, that is not it at all. Alexa, stop it.
Okay, I'm going to try one more thing.
Sure.
Alexa, find directions to Wendy's. I don't have an Alexa.
Gather your family around the smart speaker and cuddle up this. I recommend listening to this on Christmas.
With your family.
Christmas morning. Cups of coffee, gifts exchanging, this nonsense going on in the back. You know.
Listen as not closely as possible.
All right. We open on a cool winter evening in Zhuzhen, where once again the city has been decorated in all manner of gold ribbons, pine wreaths, and bushes of all size. But of course, the largest and most well-decorated Zhuzhen bush has been set up in the courtyard of Raiden Imports.
Fuck, I forgot the bush thing. I forgot the fucking bush thing.
Yeah, I almost did too.
I'm like, what the fuck? I was literally at first I was like, what are you talking about?
Taja, how am I supposed to get any training done with this giant Zhuzhen monstrosity in the way? Asks Zero as Taja walks around the festive shrubbery, fixing the ribbons and garland here and there. Come on, Zero. Zhuzhen only comes once a year. Now help me get the ladder so we can place the decoration at the top. Taja
Leyland
holds up.
imports more like Garland imports, am I right?
Ayo.
Okay, that's enough of that. That's
Taja.
enough of me doing that for 45 minutes.
Taja holds up a large glowing sphere. Where did you find that? Zero asks. Out by the lake. I was taking my daily walk to visit the grave of my one true love, Tomas, when this big orb just fell out of the sky. It's the biggest bola ball I've ever seen. And it's funny. The weather was so gloomy this morning, but as soon as I picked up this orb, the clouds parted and the sun came out. It was a Zhugenmus miracle.
Oh, this I got it from my orb guy.
Sure, a miracle, says Zero, rolling his eyes. If that thing could really control the weather, we'd have a white Zhugenmus for once. Anyway, I'll get the ladder.
If that thing could really control the weather, we'd have a white president for once, said Zero.
He's talking about snow, all right? Chill.
No, but I know, but the tone of voice you said it in, like, sounded like a guy who was out to ruin Zhugenmus.
All right. Okay. I wish we could have a Zhugenmus party. I always get so lonely this time of year, especially when I think about everything we've lost over the past few years. Taja reminisces. Yeah, like my brother, Kung Lao's girlfriend Jen, Kung Lao's other girlfriend Lori, your boyfriend Tomas, like 3 or 4 bar maidens that I totally wanted to nail. I get the point, Zero. We've all lost so much. Taja climbs the ladder, orb in hand, when suddenly the doors to the courtyard burst open as Kung Lao is gripped in battle against Shang Tsung. Stop it, Shang. You know we're forbidden to fight until the next Mortal Kombat. You fool, says Shang. You know the...
Sorry, I'm having a great time. This makes me wish I had written something.
You fool.
You fool, don't you know it's been raining for several days?
You
The
know the
weather's
other
so
gods.
gloomy at Zhugenmus,
You
and
know
now
the-
my throat's all stuffed.
You know the Elder
Sorry.
Gods take the week of Zhugenmus off. There's nobody to enforce the rules.
Bitch, you know they're on fucking sabbatical.
In a fight that drags out just long enough, Kung Lao and Shang Tsung circle the decorated shrub, trading blows as Taja teeters at the top of the ladder with the orb, while Zero holds it steady. Suddenly, with an eruption of thunder, Raiden appears as if from nowhere. Fuck. Raiden appears as if from nowhere. Beating around the bush, are we? The
Dude,
Thunder
that's
God.
really good. Neal, that's really good. He would say that shit.
The Thunder God exclaims, the booming entrance startling everyone, causing Zero to tip the ladder and Taja to drop the orb in order to steady herself. The orb falls to the ground as if in slow motion, all eyes watching as it hits the stone floor of the courtyard.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
This is surely the orb from the Defenders of the Realm verse. This is my prediction.
All eyes watching as it hits the stone floor of the courtyard and bounces. A look of realization comes across Shang Tsung's face. The Warrior King, he whispers as
Oh
he
my
lunges
god.
for the
was
orb.
that really the timing of the reveal?
Yes, it was.
Dude, because right when you said orb, I was like, I bet it's the orb. And then you kept talking about the orb, and I was like, I should say it's the orb. And then
Raiden, in his own moment of realization, shouts to Kung Lao, punt it! Kung Lao kicks the orb like a red rubber playground ball, sending it ricocheting off the wall and bouncing high up into the open air. Unfortunately, Kung Lao's boot wasn't laced tight enough, and the kick was so hard it sends his boot flying over the walls of the trading post. Oh no, my only pair, Kung Lao exclaims as his flying boot disappears from sight.
fuck, these are Doc Martens.
Goal! Exclaims Raiden as he unleashes a lightning bolt, striking the airborne orb and shattering it into as many pieces as I have ideas for, which all fly away in different locations that are, again, tied to the numbers of ideas I'm able to come up with and write about before we have to record this thing.
Dude, you were on fucking fire yesterday.
But
This
one
was
of
all
them,
yesterday?
more or less, yeah, I had notes.
Dude,
but,
you were fucking firing on all cylinders.
well, we'll see. One of the shards definitely flies through the window into Jen's old bedroom. You fool, shouts Shang Tsung. Do you know what you've done? Yes, says Raiden. I've kept the most powerful orb in the universes out of your vile hands, sorcerer.
I can still sense its power. It longs to be reassembled. The orb will be mine, Shang shouts as he races out of the trading post. Raiden, what was all of that about? Asks Kung Lao. That, my friend, was the Warrior King's orb, an artifact from another universe with the power to manipulate the weather, among other things. In the wrong hands, it can be truly dangerous. Well,
the power to manipulate the weather, which was plot relevant moments ago.
Well, good thing we destroyed it then, says Taja, although now I don't know what I'll put at the top of our Zhujianmis bush. I'm going to go get that piece that went into Jen's bedroom. I miss her so much, says Kung Lao, heading up inside and up the stairs. Also, I have spelled Jen's name like 17 different ways.
Well,
in
so
this
did the
document.
show. Like, not literally, but like ideologically. I feel like the show was playing it pretty fast and loose with that. Even though it wasn't, it felt like it was.
Jen, I miss you so much, Kung Lao whispers as he opens her bedroom door. By the way,
Bro, he might miss Jen.
previous sentence I spelled it Jenn. This time I spelled it Gen. Right next to each other. Okay, Jen, I missed you so much.
He had two different Jens.
2 Jens, yeah, no waiting. Kung Lao whispers as he opens her bedroom door. But the sadness quickly turns to surprise, then anger as a figure steps out of the shadows of her room, holding the piece of the orb.
Who's it going to be?
Where am I? The man asks in a familiar voice as a familiar face is revealed.
It's the Prince of Cinderella.
Zero, how did you beat me up here, and when did you cut your hair? Kung Lao asks. Who's Zero? Says the man. I'm Detective John Keller, and where am I? One minute I was fighting in the Kumite, and the next minute I'm here. The Kumite? What's that? Asks Kung Lao.
I haven't even seen this movie yet.
I know.
I don't even know what the joke is.
The Kumite was once an honorable tournament for the best fighters to prove themselves. But now, I'm afraid, it has simply become a blood sport. For
The Dark Kumite.
I don't know what kind of games you're playing, sorcerer, but your tricks won't work on me. Kung Lao lunges at the Zero lookalike, and holy shit, it is an incredible fight. They are flipping all over the place and running up the walls and
Picture
shit.
the coolest thing you've ever seen.
It rules. Hearing the commotion, the rest of the combat crew run inside and up the stairs. Zero, Taja, and Raiden burst into Jin's room, where Kung Lao and Detective Keller are locked in battle. Raiden teleports between them, putting an end to the fisticuffs. Jingling each other's bells, are we? He exclaims.
Shut the fuck up.
It's Shang, or Quan Chi. It's someone posing as Zero to steal the piece of the orb and rifle through my dead girlfriend Jen's possessions, Kung Lao says frantically. Well, I do see the resemblance, Raiden remarks, looking back and forth between Zero and Detective Keller. And you say he had a piece of the orb? This is worse than I thought. What do you mean? Asks somebody. It doesn't matter who. Well, as I said, the orb isn't from our world. In fact,
What do you mean, ask the audience?
Just somebody in the room. I don't know.
Ask Derek.
In fact, legend has it that the orb tends to bounce between worlds in different realities, causing chaos. Perhaps when I broke the orb, the pieces tore open holes to other realities the orb has been to, places that share some sort of connection to our world. Hold on. I know of the different realms, but it sounds like you're describing something outside our perception of reality, Raiden, says Kung Lao. Look, says Raiden, I don't know any simpler way of saying it except that our universe is only one of many in existence. You see, Kung Lao, we live in a multiverse of badness. That's the title, by the way.
God, even MK Podquest can't help but succumb to the multiverse trend. We fell off. L ratio.
Yeah, topical, because boy, were we talking a lot about multiverses and shit on the last episode.
We were talking a lot of shit a week ago.
Yeah, right, okay, but how do I get back home? I'm supposed to infiltrate Death Row to fight in an underground or tournament or something on Wednesday, says Keller. That's the guy from Bloodsport. You get it.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, how do we get this?
Bloodsport. We just call him Bloodsport.
Yeah, how do we get this handsome stranger back home, says Zero. I don't need the competition with the local ladies. Maybe if we collect all the pieces, we can put the orb back together and then send Keller home, says Taja. Worth a try, Raiden shrugs, taking the piece of the orb from Keller. The orb wants to be reassembled, much like the Kamidogo want to be reunited.
The pages of the Tao Te Ching want to be collected, or whatever. What was it called? That wasn't the Tao Te Ching. That's the real book.
I don't know.
No, it is the Tao Te Ching.
The Old Testament?
Yeah, the orb wants to be reassembled, much like the Kamidogu, no edits, want to be reunited. The pages of the Tao Te Ching, or whatever that book from the comics are, want to be collected, or whatever. And the swords of Ilkhan want to be united too, I think. Honestly, it's been a while, but that feels like a pretty standard Mortal Kombat artifact trope, right?
They gotta come up with a new bit for those.
What the fuck are you talking about? Asked Kung Lao.
Looks dead down the barrel with a camera. Get a load of this guy.
Just take this piece and go hunt down.
What the fuck are you talking about? That's really good.
Just take this piece and go hunt down more orb shards. It's 10 p.m. and Neal is getting tired, says Raiden. Cut to the forest. Kung Lao, Taja, and Zero are hot on the trail of another piece of the orb. Let's say the shard they have glows with light and blinks faster and faster the closer they get. That feels like that's within the show's budget. Also, Kung Lao is still missing a boot. As the piece of the orb flashes faster and faster, they hear commotion. Join my army, Red Dragon. Never. Your army provokes violence. Martial arts should only ever be used in self-defense or to make money on TV or in the movies. The combat crew ascend a hill to see Scorpion locked in battle with... Takeda? Kung Lao exclaims. How can this be? Zero says, it must be another universe's version of Takeda. He must have the piece of the orb. The crew watch as Scorpion and his henchmen battle it out with Takeda, who nimbly evades Scorpion's girthy serpent spear while also beating the shit out of several of Scorpion's henchmen. Man, this battle dome is so realistic, but why am I fighting somebody in a Scorpion costume? I'm supposed to be facing off against superstar Ho Sung Pak.
God, I fucking knew it. God, the second he showed up, I was like, this is the WMAC Masters bit, and it was. I could fucking sense it in my bones.
I'm right here, exclaims superstar Ho Sung Pak as he runs into view. I guess this is now a team battle?
I have a really important question.
Yeah.
Are you able to call him Superstar Ho Sung Pak every time?
Just this version, okay.
Yeah, but every time?
I'm not sure. We'll see.
Because it's really funny if you are.
I guess this is now a team battle. Let's take these guys out. The two martial artists beat the shit out of Scorpion and his henchmen. Great work, Superstar, says the Takeda lookalike. Stay in school and off drugs, kids, says Superstar Ho Sung Pak. Takeda, Kung Lao exclaims as he races down the hill to greet his old friend. Who's Takeda? My name is Chris Casamassa, but you can call me Red Dragon. Whatever. Do you have a shiny piece of a broken orb? Taja asks. Yeah, says Chris Casamassa, tossing the shard to Taja. Magically, the two shards reunite into one piece. What's going on? Asks Superstar Ho Sung Pak. Kung Lao explains the situation to them and gives them directions back to the trading post.
I love the idea that he's confused about this, but also wrote Book of Swords.
Yeah, good point, man.
Pick a side, pal.
Yeah,
Either
fair.
you're confused easily or you're not.
Yeah. Kung Lao explains the situation to them and gives them directions back to the trading post. The WMAC Masters make their way towards the city with Scorpion, while the combat crew continue
With
on.
Scorpion?
Yeah, he's been knocked out. They have to take him. So I kind of left that out. It'll make sense at the end, but basically everyone has to go back to the trading post. All right.
Okay, this is an important mechanical detail.
Yeah. It's not super. It's, you know.
Well, just if he was being like malicious, you think they just beat his ass and leave him there?
I imagine he's knocked out and they're dragging his body. Okay. In any case, he's been beaten. So the glowing orb fragment now takes the combat crew to one of the Korean camps, where battle can be heard from far away. A green-clad woman is locked in battle with none other than Queen Vorpax herself. You dare attack my warriors? Vorpax says as she does cool sweeps and spin kicks like she did that one time we saw her fight. Who sent you?
Really quick, it sucks that like literally a small part of my brain was like, nice, new Vorpax stuff. Like, we didn't make it up. like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna... yeah. Nobody sent me, warrior. I was simply searching for the swords of Ilkhan, and I arrived here.
Who cares? Look, we needed to get Vorpax in here, and Zara from Defenders of the Realm is the closest analog. Do you even remember Zara from Defenders of the Realm?
I remember Zara, but like not in a way that this like means anything to me. It would be like if I was watching a movie and they did like a cameo reveal at the credits, but it was Zara, and everybody would go, "Woo!" Who is that again? Remind me who that is. Why should I be excited about this?
There's only one Vorpax.
Ain't that the truth?
Anyway, from the other side of the camp, Mika is thrown through a tent. She scrambles to her feet as her opponent, dressed in jean shorts and a Stars and Stripes bikini top and a cowboy hat, steps out. I was just beating up some pirates on my yacht.
Fuck. Fuck you in this fucking voice.
I know. I'm committing to it. I wrote it this way.
I was
funny. Just beating up some pirates on my yacht when suddenly I'm teleported to bumfuck nowhere and you attack me. Listen, Missy, I don't want to fight you. Can't we settle this with a nice game of beach volleyball? You get the point. It's Tina from DOA.
You get the point.
Yeah. Anyway, the combat crew interrupts the battles, explain the situation, and send Vorpax, Zara, and Tina back to the trading post.
You just
with
ignored
Mika,
all the stuff that had to happen.
with Mika
here's all the characters. They're going to go over here.
After taking their orb shards. All right. Later on, with 4 pieces of the orb in hand, the combat crew follow the beacon towards yet another piece. On their journey, Raiden pops in to check on their progress. Hey gang, while you were out getting holly and jolly, I found a bunch of pieces of the orb. One of them was brought to me by a very attractive and charismatic man named Jonathan Raven. Then this guy who looks
I can't believe we're glossing over the Raven part. I can't believe that we're not doing 2 guys that talk like Raiden talking at each other.
It's going to come back. Relax. All right? Then this guy who looks kind of like an older Shang Tsung but said his name was Tai Wai Sei dropped one off. Oh, and there was one from a guy named Lang, I think. He said he was after something called the Book of Swords. Raiden, you know, it's funny that we keep seeing these people who look like people we know, but are different than them. Like, why aren't we running into another Taja or Omijas from another universe? Zero asks. Maybe it doesn't work that way. Maybe each of us is destined to a specific fate, unique to our own universe, and there's only one version of each of us. There was certainly only one Genevieve. I miss her so much.
Dude is
Kung Lao
down
says.
horrific.
Maybe it's because Mortal Kombat isn't about death. It's about life. And each life is as unique as the snowflakes falling on our heads right now, says Raiden. The crew notice that it's been lightly snowing, but getting heavier and heavier as they follow the signal. Then suddenly the combat crew finds themselves at the Lin Kuei headquarters, where 4 Sub-Zeros are fighting. Specifically, it's Conquest Sub-Zero, Kuai Liang Sub-Zero from the end of the Malibu Mortal Kombat comics, Sub-Zero from Defenders of the Realm, and Bi-Han from Mortal Kombat Legacy.
Before we figure out what happens in this fight, I want to ask you personally who you think would win. Aside from whatever you wrote.
Defenders of the Realm, Sub-Zero, probably.
You think so?
He's designed to win, right? The rest of them aren't really designed to win.
They're designed to lose, if anything.
Right. Yeah, they're designed to lose. But God, I can't believe I can't think of his voice actor. From 90210.
Luke Perry?
Luke Perry, thank you. I was going to say Archie's dad from Riverdale.
That would have got me there, too.
First of all, Luke Perry voicing him gives him major points, right? But also, yeah, he's designed to be the hero who survives. So, yeah, I think he'd win. What about you?
I think I'm just too partial to the Conquest cast.
That's fair. I think Conquest Sub-Zero gives him a run for his money for sure.
I also think
Especially
he seems easily overtaken by rage.
Yeah, but he's kind of a good guy a little bit too, right? He sort of was coming over to their side a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got that 50-50 split in him like Anakin
Sure.
Skywalker had when he was cool.
Totally. Well, I better be getting back to the trading post to keep an eye on things, says Raiden. Give my regards to the Zeros. Raiden poofs out of there. Boku no namae wa Sub-Zero, says the Japanese Sub-Zero from Legacy, as the other 3 Sub-Zeros, who are all kind of good guys, beat the shit out of him. You are evil, Iceman, and your frozen heart shall not taint this foreign earth, not so long as Sub-Zero stands in your way, says the Sub-Zero from the comics, who got revealed but never got to be part of the story.
What he said, says Defenders of the Realm Sub-Zero. Ice kills, says Conquest Sub-Zero. Kung Lao shouts, hey, Sub-Zeros, 3 of you seem to be good guys. Can you go ahead and drag that 4th one back to the trading post and also give us any shards of an orb you might have? They do. The orb is almost
This is like methodical storytelling.
The orb is almost complete. Looks like we only need 5 more pieces, says Kung Lao. That might not be an accurate count. I had to change numbers around a bunch. They get another piece when Taja faces off against Rain from Blood Rain. Look, we haven't watched it for the show yet, but we will, so I can't really put in a thoughtful reference to it, except I think Rain is relatively a good person, so the fight is probably a misunderstanding, and she willingly goes back to the trading post. Looks like we only need 4 more pieces, says Kung Lao. Raiden pops back in. I found 2 more pieces. One was in the possession of another Raiden. He's a real pain in the ass, though, and keeps calling himself the Thunderer and shit. And the other one was walked in... Oh, that
fucking asshole.
And the other one was walked in by Quan Chi and another Quan Chi. And that new Quan Chi from a different universe was very animated, get it, and kept talking all about his pet snakes. So please hurry up and find those last 2 pieces.
There's a lot of people. What's the fire code capacity on the trading post?
We've definitely exceeded it at this point. And we're not done yet. Cut to Shang Tsung walking in the woods when he comes across an older Japanese man in a long black trench coat and vest with long hair, fighting a handsome man with amazing feathered hair wearing a dirty tank top and baggy pants. For those of you who don't get it yet, this is Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa's Shang Tsung fighting Robin Shou Liu Kang. Bruce Locke Shang Tsung jumps right into the fight. Nice jacket, old man, he says to the other Shang as he roundhouse kicks Robin Shou right in the hair.
That's an interesting voice for that guy.
You'll acquire it soon enough. I'd recognize my past self anywhere, says the older Shang Tsung. Wait, you're me and I'm you? Young Shang asks. That's right. Consider this fight a taste of things to come. This is the great Kung Lao's descendant we are fighting. I am the descendant of the great Kung Lao, exclaims Robin Shou Liu Kang. Then you will die, both Shangs say in unison. Look, I'm tired. It's 11:25. Let's just say Liu Kang from Defenders of the Realm shows up, so it's 2-on-2.
Somebody wins.
And the 2 Liu Kangs win the fight just as the combat crew show up. The final 2 shards of the orb are collected, and the whole gang heads back to the trading post. With all these Shang Tsungs and Liu Kangs in tow. All right. Now, back at the trading post, the Raidens, Jonathan Raven, the Quan Chis, and the Shang Tsungs consult each other and the orb while the rest of the crowd enjoy festive punch, cookies, and Zhu Zhenmis songs all around the Zhu Zhenmis bush. Tina Armstrong looks at Robin Shou Liu Kang and says, "You look familiar. Are you a pirate?" Jonathan Raven eyes Tai Wai-sei up and down. Remember, because Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa was also in the Raven pilot. Ho-Sung Pak, superstar Ho-Sung Pak, Liu Kang, and animated Liu Kang all high-five the fuck out of each other, etc. Also, I'm now realizing that I left out any reference to Poison Ivy 3, so let's say Cabral and Greg Vaughn's character Michael are arm wrestling or something.
Sure, that's fine.
Well, Taja, it looks like you got your Zhu Zhenmis party after all, says Kung Lao, as the 3 toast to the holidays for bringing everyone together. I just wish Jen were here. I miss her so much.
Bro, if Jen does not show up in this story, this man's gonna die. He's not gonna make it to the end of the 8 pages.
People, can I have your attention? Conquest Raiden asks, but nobody quiets down to listen to him. Silence! You all must listen to Raiden. So says I, Raiden, the Thunderer, exclaims comic book Raiden. But still, nobody gives them their attention.
That's awesome, because I wouldn't listen to that fucking guy either.
Jonathan Raven whistles. The entire room quiets down and turns their attention to Raven and the Raidens.
Raven and the Raidens?
Raven and the Raidens, yeah.
That's awesome.
See how easy life can be? Jonathan Raven says before turning the floor over to Conquest Raiden. Dashing, dancing, and prancing, are we? Jeff Meek Raiden says.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay, folks. I know this is a confusing time for all of us, but we've consulted all of our mystical knowledge, and we know what to do. Bringing the orb back together was only step 1. In order to reverse the summoning effects, we must all also join as well.
What?
Do you mean by fucking? Asks Chris Casamassa.
Why is he asking that?
I don't know. Finally,
Of all the
exclaims Adani
people you could
Meropis.
make say that, why?
Adani
Of
Meropis
all
Quan
the
Chi.
people you could make say that, you made it the two real guys?
Sorry, it's Adani Meropis Quan Chi specifically. What's fucking? Asks all of the Liu Kangs.
It's like in unison. Like,
Yeah. No. Not by copulation. We must all join lips with our other selves under the light of the orb. Somebody get the ladder, says Jeff Meek Raiden. Moments later, with the orb set atop the Zhugenmis shrub, and everybody grouped off by similarity, it's smooching time. Taja and Rain kiss, Vorpax and Zara kiss. The Quan Chis use a lot of tongue. Keller runs his fingers through Ciro's long hair and pulls him in close as they smooch.
This is a crazy conclusion to this.
The Raidens and Jonathan Raven get busy, etc. As the four Sub-Zeros lock lips, a gentle snowfall fills the sky. Soon, everybody is kissing. Everybody except Kung Lao. Jen, I miss you so much. I'm so lonely.
This poor man.
And I'm still missing my boot. Suddenly,
He's going to get hit in the face with a boot.
Suddenly, a handsome prince walks through the doors, boot in hand.
Oh my god, Neal, this is a really genuinely good reveal. I know I made the joke earlier that he might show up, but the prestige that you've just pulled off with him missing a boot for the entire story is
My name
truly exceptional.
Is Prince Charming, and I believe this is yours, he sings, as he kneels in front of Kung Lao, extending the boot.
This is so dumb. This is awesome.
Kung Lao slides his foot in. It's a perfect fit.
Fuck you.
Prince Charming stands up, and he and Kung Lao embrace in a magical kiss that causes the orb to glow 10 times brighter than it has been. In one magical moment, a flash of light fills the courtyard, and when it clears, only Conquest, Shang Tsung, Quan Chi, Raiden, Vorpax, Mika, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Kung Lao, Ciro, Taja, and Taja remain. I think that's all of them.
That's still so many people.
The orb has vanished as well, hurtling back through the multiverse to cause chaos for the Riverdale gang or something. Well, there's no reason to head home so early on this magical Zhugenmis night, Kung Lao says, breaking the silence. Hey, Quan Chi, Vorpax, Mika, Shang, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. Why don't you stay and help us finish this punch and these cookies?
Feels like they could have said, hey, everyone.
They do. They do stay, and nobody fights. They even all make snowmen together. The end. What do you think?
Fuck, dude. I will say, I earnestly feel that you've really got like the characterization down, and I'm not joking. Like, it's silly and it's like dumb, of course, right? But like, I do feel like there is a truth to the way people are behaving that I think genuinely.
I got the voices.
Yeah, but I think like it really does communicate a sense of like I know who these people are.
Right.
That does make it like genuinely a lot more entertaining than it would otherwise be for it to feel like pretty on point. Also the fucking reveals. That was nonstop. It was relentless.
Some of them, some of them I just had to get in there, right?
Sure, but dude, the boot reveal is fucking crazy.
I'll be honest, that was a last minute addition.
So smart.
But
were you like proud of yourself when you came up with that one? You were like,
well, seriously, I got to the end. So I had the part about Kung Lao kicking the orb already, right?
Yeah.
But not losing a boot. Okay. But
right,
I got
you just
to
kicked
the
it like a
end.
guy would kick a boot or an orb.
I had attempted to work in either novel Kung Lao or Mark DeCasco's Kung Lao, but I just couldn't get there. So I was like, damn, I'm at the end of this, and everyone's kissing except for Kung Lao. He doesn't have anyone to kiss, right?
And then it hit you.
I have to get the prince in here. And I went back and I added Kung Lao losing a boot.
It's a really smart bit.
But that was the last thing I came up with.
It's
like,
a smart
genuinely.
bit because it didn't hit me immediately when he lost the boot.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned it in passing when everyone started coming up, but I did not include the boot, you'll notice.
Right. Sure,
so
I did.
It was initially lost on me that the boot was going to be the crucial part of that reveal.
No, I'm pretty proud of that one.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, man. That's it.
It's definitely something that's like mostly for us.
Merry Zhugenmas, everybody.
Get your bush, bro.
That's it. That is the last, I think, the last Mortal Kombat and Conquest inspired holiday themed fan fiction I will be writing for the podcast.
The famous last words.
True. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe inspiration will hit me again in the future, but
Well, I feel like
didn't come to me until we were shit talking multiverses last episode.
And you were like, what if we did one?
I was like, oh, of course we have to.
I feel like I owe it to everybody to try to do this.
Sure.
Just to see what happens.
I would love to. I would love a Corey verse version of this.
I'm sure I've told you about this, but I famously, it's only if I've told you about it. There's a podcast that I really like. It no longer exists, but they essentially like gave each other 2 prompts and just had to write stories that included those prompts, but anything else about it could be like whatever they wanted to do.
Okay.
And I always enjoyed that as a premise because they just like built worlds where the stories happened and then they included those 2 things. And
nice.
I never have taken a crack at that, but this seems like as good an excuse as any.
What do you want to theme yours after?
Oh, I don't want to call that too early because then then it becomes real.
So whenever you get the itch.
Because I don't want to commit to doing it right now because then
right. That's fair.
It might be bad because I'll force it, but I should do it.
Even if it's a year down the line, that'll pop up in this feed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to write it when I'm 30.
So that's in what, 20 years?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
right.
absolutely right.
God, that's a lot of pain for hosting. Hey, man. Merry Christmas.
We did it, Joe. Merry Zhugenmas.
Merry Zhugenmas. Happy holidays to everyone. And to all you at home, cuddled up by the fire with your loved ones listening to this.
And jokes aside about like not really feeling the vibe, but if I'm not, I hope you are at the very least. That there's more of a holiday spirit by the time you hear this.
I hope this helped.
Yeah.
Right? It helped me.
If you're not into Christmas, hopefully you're at least into kissing.
Yeah, a lot of kissing.
That's just what Zhugenmas is all about.
It is a Zhugenmas tradition at this point.
It's mostly about kissing your friends.
A lot of smooching. Or your doppelgangers.
Or your enemies.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we made Kung Lao and Shang Tsung kiss last year, or last one. Damn, I knew I forgot to do something this time. Anyway, yeah, man. I think we should shut it down so I can get this edited and out before Christmas.
Yeah, I'm sure you can manage.
Yeah, but I got to add like some sound design and sound effects and things.
You can take out any dumb stuff.
Happy holidays, everyone. We will be back in the new year. We got to hit that More Kombat album. We're getting that schedule set up, and right around the corner, Jeff Rovenstock.
I got to start reading that book.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
It snuck up on me.
So until next time. Yeah, that's good.
Man, they got reverb on that thing like crazy.